Chapter 1. Rumors of the Abandoned Mansion. In a small town called Riddlewood, there were many strange stories that had been passed down from generation to generation. One of the most popular was the story of an abandoned mansion on the outskirts of town. It was said that a sinister shadow haunted the house, terrifying anyone who dared to approach it. Chapter 2. The adventure begins. 3 teenagers, Michael, Lucy, and John, were fans of the paranormal and fascinated by stories of ghosts and mystical creatures. They decided to investigate the story of the abandoned mansion for their YouTube channel to prove to themselves and their subscribers that something strange was indeed going on there. Chapter 3. Arrival at the mansion. Late at night, armed with flashlights and cameras, Michael, Lucy, and John arrived at the abandoned mansion. At first glance, the house looked old and forgotten. Inside it was dark, dusty, and cold. The group began to explore the house, recording everything on video. Chapter 4. Unpleasant discoveries. Soon the friends encountered several strange things. In one room, they found a wall with scratched names and death dates of people who had supposedly encountered the shadow. In another room, they discovered old diaries telling of a dark entity that had haunted the mansion's inhabitants many years ago. Chapter 5. Encounter with the shadow. As they continued their investigation, Michael noticed a strange shadow in one of the corridors. The shadow moved unpredictably and seemed alive. They began to follow it, but the shadow suddenly disappeared. At the same time, a loud crash was heard from a room upstairs. Chapter 6. The terrifying truth. On the upper floor, they discovered a secret room hidden behind an old bookshelf. Inside, they found a table surrounded by candles, with symbols and drawings on the floor. In the center of the room were old photographs and notes telling of the shadow's victims and how they tried to resist the ominous force. Apparently, the mansion's owners had conducted rituals to try to expel the evil entity, but without success. Chapter 7. Confronting the shadow. As they tried to leave the room, the door suddenly slammed shut, and the shadow appeared before them. Now it was huge and menacing. Michael, Lucy, and John realized that they would have to face this terrifying creature in order to escape the mansion alive. They used the information from the found notes and decided to repeat one of the rituals to free the house from the evil shadow. During the ritual, Michael recited a spell, while Lucy and John drew symbols on the floor. Chapter 8. The outcome. When the spell was recited, the shadow began to disappear, turning into a thin smoke. They quickly left the mansion, the door swinging open behind them. The shadow was gone, and the house felt much lighter and warmer. Michael, Lucy, and John shared their experience on their YouTube channel, telling the world about their frightening adventure. Although they had forever changed the life of the abandoned mansion, they never dared to return there again. And even though the mansion was no longer cursed, many people in Riddlewood still whispered about the sinister shadow and how 3 brave teenagers once managed to confront it. Chapter 9. The mansion's fate. Over time, the mansion remained abandoned, but people were less afraid to approach it. Sometimes curious explorers or paranormal enthusiasts would peek inside, but no one encountered the sinister shadow again. Instead, the mansion served as a reminder of the courage and resourcefulness of the 3 teenagers who had managed to unravel the mystery of its sinister past. Chapter 10. Legacy. Michael, Lucy, and John continued to run their YouTube channel, sharing their adventures and investigating other mysterious places. Their channel became popular, and they received recognition from the paranormal enthusiast community. They became local celebrities, and their actions inspired many to seek out and uncover the secrets of mysterious locations. Eventually, the mansion was purchased by new owners who turned it into a museum dedicated to its mystical history and the events that took place there. In this way, the abandoned mansion was given a new life, and its story continued to live on in the hearts of Riddlewood's residents.